All right, welcome back. It's number 8, sensitive. This is the other side of brave. It's being soft when soft is called for, but it's much more than just being soft. It's seeing, it's noticing, it's hearing. Picture this for me. Narrow street, one lane, mud brick walls on both sides, 1,000 people choking it closed from one end to the other. It's dusty, it's hot, and in the center there is one celebrity, no security team, just a few companions trying to make progress from one end to the other. Every stop, the crowd surges to try to get a glimpse, to try to get in step with him, right? Each man trying to knock the next man out of step so that he can get in step, trying to kind of fill the gap and get a little bit closer. From a bird's eye view, it looks like dusty and sweaty chaos, but there's actually purpose in it all. And that purpose is Jesus, who you might have guessed is the celebrity in the middle, he's trying to get from here to the house of Jairus, the ruler of the synagogue. And it's somewhat urgent because the message he's received is that there's a girl living there, the daughter of Jairus, and she's sick. In fact, she's so sick, she's going to die, like now. And so Jairus is there, of course. His anxiety is growing. Jesus' response, of course, had been instant in responding, but now they're stuck in rush hour traffic. Jairus' anxiety is increasing, and the anxiety of the disciples is increasing as well, because after all, it would be political disaster. It would be a real fiasco, just a scandal of unequaled proportion to lose such a powerful potential ally as the ruler of the synagogue, right? So they've got to do right by him, especially just because of a clamoring, sweaty mob like this one. So can you feel the tension, rising? And not just the pressure of the disciples' urgency or Jairus' urgency, but the pressure of bodies packed between mud walls, tight as sheep, pressing through the gate of a fold. And just when Jesus' disciples think the pressure has reached its zenith, there's a surge and then a halt, and bodies slam against each other, and the crowd sways because Jesus has stopped. He's halted, and across his face comes this look of light and joy, and he slowly turns around to look at the ground, and the disciples around are like, Jesus? Who touched me? My Bible says Peter was like, everyone has touched you. What do you mean, who touched me? Yeah, someone touched me, Jesus said. You know the story. The woman comes trembling, identifies herself. The disciples look on, unbelieving. The mob presses in, sweating, and Jesus stands there, smiling. A smile on his dusty face, and for that moment, the interruption is the mission. Or maybe it wasn't an interruption at all. Maybe all this trek down this crowded street was all orchestrated for the woman with the issue of blood who lived there. I don't know. All I know is that it was hot, yes, and it was sweaty, yes, the call was urgent, yes, it was crowded, yes, this was an inconvenient time for a conversation, yes, and it was not a good time for a miracle, especially from the perspective of Jairus and the disciples, unless that miracle, of course, was getting them all out of there pronto so that they could breathe again. But here's where Jesus teaches us a lesson for all time, a lesson that I think is for men especially. Sometimes no mission is more important than the need that God has placed at your feet. We're pretty good at being mission-oriented. Like, troops, storm the alley. We need to get through the other side. Form a phalanx when we. But is it possible that on our mission, we might encounter certain legitimate interruptions like pain or hope or emotions or hormones or questions or misunderstandings and breeze right by them because we're on a mission? Is it possible that on the mission to fix, we miss the opportunity to hear and to notice? Yes, it's possible. And if we do miss the opportunity to hear and to notice, we miss the opportunity to faithfully exercise our duty. Need I belabor the take-home message? Notice, see, stop the crazy press through the alley towards the all-important goal, and remember the people that God has put under your wing. Where are they in all of this press? Sensitive. This is the other side of being brave. It's being soft when soft is called for, but it's much more than just being soft. It's seeing, it's noticing, it's stopping and recognizing that no mission is more important than the need God has placed at my feet right now. Who touched me? Jesus said, with the sweetest smile on his face in the middle of a high-stress situation. That's our job. And that's all for this week. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like, share. If you are subscribed, find someone who isn't, and let's continue this dialogue. Until next week, for the Roar of the Lion and the Love of the Lamb, I'm Sean Neblett, and this is The Lion and His Men.